Kanye West. Kanye likes Nazis. You know you've gone too far when Alex Jones is rebuking you. We're going to look at it. We're going to cover it all here in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Ruslan.
I'll be honest. I don't even know if I'm allowed to play these types of clips on YouTube. We'll see. Okay? I'll also be honest. I found it extremely hilarious how some folks jumped out the window and said, Kanye was spitting facts when it comes to a specific marginalized group of people that shall remain nameless for this video. He was dropping bars. And now, he's gone. I mean, he's fully gone on this one, okay? So again, we're going to look at this video. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and some very obvious claims he made here that are easily debunkable, that I'm just like, what? And the macro overall point to this, okay? Before we get into that, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you do that for the algorithm. Let us know where you're watching from, all that good stuff. All right, so let's jump right into this video. Again, I don't know how much I'm gonna play of this, if I could even say this stuff. So there's a couple clips here from the Alex Jones pod. I don't even know where Alex Jones streams from. Okay, now I told you guys that the Nick Fuentes thing was not a good look. Told you guys. You guys acted like I was being close-minded. Oh, Nick's not that bad of a guy. I told you guys out there it was not a good look. All right? I think the difference between Kanye and Nick is that Kanye will say this sort of stuff behind closed doors. Kanye will say this sort of things him and Nick talk about behind closed doors publicly. Okay? So let's play a little bit of this and kind of examine some of these claims.
You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also.
I was talking to somebody on Twitter and they tried to twist this and say, well, it's because humanity is, has some value and people were created in the image of God. And, no, guys. People are created in the image of God. Okay? And yes, the story of the prodigal son. Okay? The issue here is you don't parallel that to the Nazis. Okay? There was no repentful Nazis. Okay? They didn't eventually come around and change their mind about all the atrocious things they did and apologize. They doubled down. Many of them escaped to Argentina. All right. This is not the same thing. It's not, well, we got to love sinners. Okay. These sinners went and ran, and many of them faced the war crimes and courts and all that kind of stuff. All right. I can't believe this is even something we need to talk about, make obvious, but I literally got pushback for saying this on Twitter. Okay. Let's keep going.
I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love.
Guys masking this and the I love everyone, just a complete L.
Us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contract.
I don't know why they're playing this part of the freaking movie. This is the worst scene of the movie. Someone over at InfoWars thought this was a good idea to play this part of American History X of the movie. Why would you? Who's running the video switcher? Who thought this was a good idea?
What we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways,
False. I looked it up. It's called the Autobahn myth. Hitler didn't invent highways. Another L for yay. Okay? Not true.
Very microphone that I use as a musician.
Couldn't find anything about Hitler creating microphones. There's some rumors that he'd help think of the idea for the microwave, but even that's not true. What are we talking about? This is a deeper question of epistemology. Where are you getting your sources of information from? Yay. Okay? What is happening?
Can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that.
No. We're saying that the overwhelming, terrible things that he did towards 6 million people far outweigh anything good he may have ever done. Okay? Anything good. Was Hitler nice to people? Maybe, sure. But the bad things he did far outweigh any good things he did here. Okay?
with the classifications, every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Okay, so hold on, let me play that back. That's the every human being has everything they've brought a value. Okay, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Table, especially Hitler.
Now, are there things like Operation Paperclip where allegedly some scientists went over and helped with the SpaceX program, the NASA program? Yeah, some of that stuff is true, okay? Some of the scientists went over. You can find that stuff in history. I believe those were unsealed. But the man with the mustache, especially him, come on, Ye. Come on. I told you guys this Nick Fuentes thing was not a good idea. I told you guys the anti-Semitic things were not a good idea. I told you guys this was not okay. And you guys are like, you don't understand. He's speaking facts, man. It's the vibes, man. Try to tell you guys. No one, you don't understand. What do you mean by anti-Semitism? Define anti-Semitism. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's what you're listening to. And you know it's far gone when Alex Jones is trying to get you to walk back some stuff. Alex Jones is the voice of reason in the room. Explain that to me, okay?
Do I get love then? Schwarzenegger said he loved Hitler. They gave him an award. I'm just saying, I don't like Nazis, and I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either.
I like Hitler.
Alex Jones like, I don't like them. I don't like them. And Kanye's like, I like them.
Stuff too, and get Ye to eat something or whatever. Me and Nick got something he hasn't eaten yet, and I
stay fasting.
That's why he won't eat. I'm trying to get him to eat. So I'm like an Italian, manja. So we're gonna. I gotta watch
my accounts because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks. So I need to watch my meals.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis. So I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the frozen.
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at.
Oh my goodness! Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. But look,
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
Oh man! Well, I have to disagree with that.
You know it's a problem when Alex Jones is disagreeing with you. You know it's a problem when Alex Jones is trying to course correct in the moment. Okay, guys, it gets worse. Like it gets worse.
Closing. I've done a lot of study. I think Hitler was a really bad guy, and I repudiate what Hitler did. I understand.
Like, how is he the most coherent person in the room?
The British intelligence set him up and used him.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I do not. The Holocaust.
And by the way, guys, this has been documented that Ye's been saying this stuff behind the scenes for years. Okay? Specifically the TMZ moment where slavery is a choice. Okay? He said some of the same stuff on that, and they just they took that out. TMZ wouldn't air that. So he's been saying this stuff for a while. Okay? I'll give you guys my assessment on this in a second, okay? I'll give you guys my exact assessment on this in a second and where I think everything went wrong. Before we do that, I gotta make sure that you guys know about this. I don't want you guys to miss this, okay? You may not know I make music, but I got a new song coming out. And there's something I need you to do, but first, I want you to hear a snippet of the song.
I went from being a porn addict to sharing the gospel with a porn actress who was criticized for being low status by the same OnlyFans who treat us so lavish. I'm confused.
I swear y'all thought he did doing podcasts, hot takes. He still can rap.
Now, in order to get this song to the top of Spotify, I need your help. I need you to click the link below or go to RuslanToTheMoon.com and pre-save this song. What is a pre-save? It means that this song will be added to your library to remind you to listen to it the day it comes out. And it also tells Spotify's algorithm that millions of people need to hear this song. So help me promote Christian music that contextualizes the gospel and will help change lives by going to RuslanToTheMoon.com or clicking the link below.
Oh, they got me with the dramatics. You knew that a moment cannot be static too soon.
Ruslan.
all right, let's jump back into this conversation. So we go from I like Nazis, which is already a wild thing to say. Don't dismiss everything Hitler's done. Here are false claims of things he contributed to, which are not true. Okay, again, this is an issue of sources and how you get information. To full-on Holocaust denial, okay, or minimization at the least. Let's watch this back.
The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities.
So tell us. You think Hitler was the good guy in World War II?
I think God says man should not kill. We should not have wars, period. None of us should be killing anybody. Ukraine and the streets of Chicago, all violence should stop, and we should all serve Christ. That's what I feel. And
the fact that he's not noticing the cognitive dissonance in the statement, the fact that he's not tracking that you're saying one thing and then you are co-signing someone that did the opposite of what you're saying and saying there's redeeming qualities about them is very hard to stomach. And again, we're going to get to where I think it all went wrong here in a moment.
I feel like I love everyone accordingly, from all the way from...
Do you love people that don't love you, Ye? Do you love people that think you're genetically inferior to them based on biology? I don't mean in like a love your enemies type of way. I mean love all people equally.
Balenciagas to the Hitlers.
Let me tell you a story.
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
To Ari Emanuel, to Jamie Dimon, to the people who... What's that?
You know it's real when there's an Amber Alert in the middle of this rant. That was his way out. Okay? That was his way out. This man, listen to this.
To Jamie Dimon.
Not only do you have Alex Jones trying to walk this stuff back with you, not only where he sounds like the responsible adult in the room, okay, then there's literally an Amber Alert in the middle of this rant.
And to the people who... What's that?
Got an Amber Alert. You said it's a closing.
That's wild. Okay. So where did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong? If you guys watched the Lex Friedman interview, Kanye talks about being off his medication for approximately 2.5 years. If you go back in time and you look at what happened approximately 2.5 years ago, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the beginning of the panoramic. Before that, if you go back and watch the Zane Lowe interview, you will find him in a relatively stable frame of mind. This is when he had pastors around him. This is when he was doing the Sunday service thing. This is when he wasn't making a bunch of public appearances. And even if you went to Sunday service, it wasn't really about Ye. In my opinion, where it all wrong is when he got off his medication and getting treatment, he got away from the very people that were attempting to provide support both spiritually, emotionally for him, and he stopped being around people. And then 2020 is when the presidential run started. That's when the thing happened with him breaking down about his wife almost yeeting one of his daughters. That's when all that stuff happened, was around 2020. Okay, so if you go back and you actually look at the end of 2018 to the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, January 2020 is the last time I personally saw Ye in person. Completely different Ye, different temperament, different attitude, even his need to not be the center of attention in the room if you go back and look at his Sunday service appearances. So I think, unfortunately, this all went left, but that's not an excuse. At this point, if you're having a psychotic break in public, it's not an excuse in the sense that you still have to take responsibility and try and process whatever it is you're going through. And to say that, well, Ye doesn't have good people in his life, that's false. Ye's had a lot of good people in his life. Ye's had a lot of access to day ones in his life, family members, his dad, right? This man has access to anything and anyone he wants to get access to, okay? So he is choosing to remove himself and run around the country with goobers like Nick Fuentes, okay, and go on these types of platforms. This is self-imposed at this point. okay? And so I'm praying for him. I'm really praying for him, okay? And I think he knows that I'm out of pocket. He said so just a few days ago. I was trying to do it my way. Everything negative that's coming to me, I deserve. And then for him to then jump out the window and do this nonsensical, whether it's trolling, whether he really, I think it's a combination of two. I think he's been saying this stuff behind the scenes, right? And I think he's saying this stuff because he knows he's going to get clicks and people are going to get talking. They're going to be talking about him, all right? And so I think it's sad. And by the way, I don't care who has disgusting views, whether it's Nick Fuentes, the Hispanic, or Kanye West, the black person. Disgusting views are disgusting views. Thinking different people are biologically inferior is disgusting. Thinking that the Holocaust didn't happen or minimizing it is disgusting. Okay? These things are not okay, and them doing it in the name of Jesus is not okay. And if you think that's okay, you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and examine your own views around these things and what tea have you sipped? What Kool-Aid are you drinking if you think this is how someone that professes to be a Christian should move? There's nothing redeemable about this. But he's been giving us signs for a while. And if you've been watching my content, I've been saying for a while, the anti-Semitic stuff is out of line. Okay? The White Lives Matter stuff, out of line. Okay? So now this is DEFCON 3. This is what he meant by that. All right? So those are my thoughts on this whole thing, man. If you guys want to see the previous Ye video, we'll put it over here. I'll see you guys over there, all right? Peace.